Hello everyone, John Banks here, and today I'm going to be doing a review of my JPX Cobra by Piexon. So Piexon is a Swiss-based company that manufactures multiple kinds of law enforcement tools, such as the different models of JPX. The model that I have is the 2-shot version, but they also make a subcompact version with 4 shots and then a full-size version with 4 shots. So Kimber also makes a 2-shot version of the JPX. I'm not really sure. It's called the Kimber Pepper Blaster, but it looks like it's manufactured by Piexon because it's got the same grip design and everything, except it's only got one finger groove, and it's over and under design instead of side by side like this. And it's not really that efficient apparently. The range is only about 13 feet, whereas the range on other JPX products, such as this one, is anywhere from 20 to 23 feet. And this one and other JPX models have a lot more customization features. So to start out, I'm just going to do a size comparison. As I mentioned in previous videos, the grip size is almost exactly that of a Glock 26, but I don't have a Glock 26 with me. I have my dad's Glock 27. And first thing I'm going to do is safety check the weapon. It is empty. Nothing in the chamber. No magazine. Nothing. It's clear. And the lighting is not the best right now, so I apologize for that. But like I said, just gonna show off the grip similarities. Finger grooves. I don't really know how noticeable this is. I need better lighting. This is the finger groove design for the JPX. Let's just take a look, and it's almost identical to that of the Glock 26/27 design. You know, it's got different markings, different designs like this and everything, but in terms of dimensions, it's almost exactly the same. It's really nice, really cool, and it's a good alternative to carry if either you can't legally carry a firearm yet, or if you just don't want to carry one, like for example, a woman who would not want to carry a firearm. You know, most women I know do like firearms, but if you're someone who doesn't, this thing is perfect for you. No, it's really easily concealable. It's very nice. It's lightweight. It weighs even less than this polymer Glock 27. And this thing's pretty light. It's really light to begin with, and this takes light to a whole new level. So another feature it has is a laser, and you access the batteries right here. You can use like a quarter, and this is something that you can use to attach to your belt or something. I'm not exactly sure what this is called, but it's got a little steel rod in there. Not really sure if the camera can focus on that very well, but it's so you can attach it to your belt, and if you draw it and drop it, it will be caught by that before it hits the ground. It's like a cord or something. You could attach paracord to it, and so like I said, it doesn't come with batteries. See, the laser output is right here. It's kind of blocked off, and I can't really describe it very well. It's small laser output, but it's got steel screws blocking it right here. And another really cool feature, it's got mil-spec Picatinny railing, and I'll demonstrate that it does work. This is like an airsoft gun light. It attaches to the bottom. No, it's pretty nice. Really cool feature that they've added. And they also manufacture lights for it, which have Picatinny rails on the bottom of them. And I don't have a light because it's about $60. It already cost me a lot of money to buy this, and I've had this since I think since about February, I believe. But it's really come in handy. If you are used to using firearms, it's really nice because it's got front and rear sights. You're supposed to aim like it's the lollipop aiming design or whatever. That doesn't really sound manly or anything, but that's what it's called. And it's where you line up the sights, and then your target, what you're aiming at, should be right above that. Kind of like this is the stem of the lollipop, and then this is the actual whatever it's called. I don't know. Either way, I'd have named it something different, but that's just an interesting comparison. And when you aim this, you're supposed to aim it at the attacker's chin, like if they're however many feet away. And this thing has great range. So See, it's mainly manufactured for law enforcement in Texas, which I live in Texas, so it's really interesting that it's just aimed at that. And the magazine release, or the cartridge release, is ambidextrous, so you've got it on the left side and the right side. So you can release your magazine / cartridge. And the primers have a sealant around them, so this is relatively water resistant, you know, to an extent. And whenever I reload, you can do quick reloads with this, but when I do it, I don't like to do this because it's not good for it. What I like to do is press down on the cartridge / magazine release and slide the cartridge into place and then release it, and then it's good to go. So next thing I'm going to be reviewing is the holsters that I ordered for it. This is a Vega. It's from Vega Holsters. It's really nice, manufactured for the JPX. Can get yours at vegaholsters.com. You know, it's really sturdy. It's made of Kydex, and it's customizable, so you can, like, it's a level 2 retention. All you have to do to open it is to push down on this spring and then move it forward. It's a lot easier to do when it's on my belt instead of in my hands. But this is the sort of inside design. It's got a little bit of padding in it, and you can also customize the holster to be angled differently on your belt. So if you're going to do a cross draw thing, like if it was going to be on a duty belt, you could have it angled slightly sideways so you can reach across and cross draw your JPX, which is a really modern kind of thing to do, because if you don't carry a taser, you're going to want to carry some other non-lethal alternative, and this is really good for that. So I just wanted to review this. Also, JPX fits very nicely inside. The retention keeps it held very nicely. And another holster I have for everyday carry, like this holster is just for my it's open carry, but this one is for concealment. It's not the best, not the most high quality. I got it on eBay, and I had to do a little bit of customization. This is an ambidextrous holster, the other is not. And it's made for the sole purpose of concealment. You know, if I was going to be walking outside, my neighborhood has a lot of dogs that sometimes break free from their leashes and go outside and everything. And a couple of them are aggressive. You know, I don't live anywhere near the aggressive ones, but one time I actually did have to use my JPX to ward off a dog. And I will review that in a minute, but just wanted to show off the concealment in the waistband carry holster. And like I said, this is just for everyday carry. It's not the best, not the most well designed, but it's better than nothing, and it gets the job done. Now, something I forgot to include earlier about the Kydex holster was that it comes with a couple of Allen wrenches that you can use to tighten the retention on it, and I got a quarter for opening up the battery compartment of the JPX. This is not the only kind of holster they manufacture. They manufacture a really nice leather thumb snap holster. They manufacture a really expensive but also really nice Kydex waistband carry holster. They also manufacture several kinds of fabric holsters, like the carbon fiber design fabric holsters. And I'm not as much of a fan as those because they have the place for the reload cartridge on the side, and that makes for really clunky. And this is a pretty clunky holster, but it's made for outside carry, like being placed on a belt, like I said. And it's really nice. And they also make RTI mount holsters. And for those of you who aren't familiar, RTI is basically the holster design that our U.S. military uses, and it can be placed on a drop leg holster, which I really like that design, but I don't have one. Like I said, I'm not really starting out with this because I've had this for a really long time. But I don't have a lot of the accessories that it comes with. So the next thing I'm going to be doing a review of is the carrying case, and it's really nice. It's a durable kind of plastic. It's exactly like a gun carrying case. Like, you know, if you order a Glock, it comes in a carrying case similar to this one, except it's got more room, more space, and more accessories. And it's really nice. It's got a place where you can put a padlock on, just for security, and it's got padding on the inside. It's really nice. It keeps everything stable as long as it's not overflowing with things. And when I ordered it, it came in the box, but it came in the carrying case as well. The carrying case was in the box, along with the holster I ordered. And also inside the carrying case is the instruction manual, which is really nice for someone who does not know how to operate a JPX. And of course, the JPX was inside the carrying case with its 2 reloads. And as I mentioned earlier, I ordered a third one, but Piexon did not include it, so we sent them a complaint, and they sent us a third one. Now, 2-shot JPX pistols, or pepper spray pistols, come in several different colors, including black, orange, and OD green, which I really am a fan of the OD green color, but I'm more of a tactical person, so I like to go with black. And they also come with several different kinds of cartridges. There's the test cartridge, which is the plastic on the cartridge is green, and it fires a green dye. It's just dye and water, which it's made to, just like I said, be test cartridge. That should be pretty self-explanatory. And they also have an orange cartridge, which I think is just for visibility purposes. But they do not issue the law enforcement the law enforcement formula to civilians. They just issue the standard 400,000 Scoville unit. Not really sure what it's called. The 400,000 Scoville unit version to civilians. And I have no problem with this because this is really effective. I've seen it firsthand used in combat, and it's really effective. And yes, I was the one holding it. Like I said, I'll talk about that in a minute. Back to the cartridges. They also make really nice reload holders for this. They make they make one where it's just one, and then they also make one where it carries 2 reloads. And I really like that, even though I don't have one yet. Like I said, still sort of getting all the stuff for it. I haven't gotten a lot of the accessories yet. Now also, the cartridge design is really nice because whenever you fire it, it's self-cleaning. So the jet that comes out after cleans all the OC spray off of the barrel, and that makes it very nice because you don't have to worry about getting any OC spray on you whenever you reholster your weapon. And I personally am a huge fan of that design, and I will also show a design of what the cartridge inside the JPX looks like. I'll show that on screen now. Okay, so now I'm also going to show what it looks like whenever a JPX is fired and what the OC spray looks like on its target. Alright everyone, so this is the test fire for my JPX Cobra. The maximum range on this thing is about 20 feet, but I'm at about 10 feet here. So this is going to be basically just the testing the range and testing the spray dissipation. So I'm gonna do a quick fire. Alright, so the first barrel has already been fired, and that was whenever I needed to use it in actual self-defense against the dog. And this is what the OC spray looks like whenever it impacts its target. I lined up the sights, and everything here, see, it all went where I wanted it to. The recoil on this thing is really minimal, sorry, almost nothing. And the barrels are self-cleaning, so you don't have to worry about reholstering it whenever you've already fired it in self-defense. Also, I want to add that the time that I did fire this in self-defense, the attacker was at close range, and so the vapor in the air, it kind of burns a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as if you're actually getting shot with it. Okay, so on to the story of the time I had to use this in self-defense. Now, don't worry, I was completely within my right to use this. I didn't overreact by any means, and I think everyone that I've told about it thinks that I was in my right to use it, and the people, the owners of the dog probably think it was the right thing to do as well. So I'm just going to tell you the story. One day, I'm not sure, it was a few months ago probably, I was out with my dad just talking outside, you know, hanging out. And we live out in the country, so people let their dogs run free a little bit more. Or not out in the country, we live right outside city limits. But our neighbors have, or our specific neighbors have a history of letting their dogs run free. And the dogs, I don't think they're aggressive, but they show signs of aggression. You know, I think they're nice dogs, but I can't be too careful there. I can't be too careless there, sorry. And so my dad and I were standing outside, and I looked over and saw that the 2 dogs, one's a boxer and one's like an Australian Shepherd, saw that they were charging at us. So my dad draws his pistol and aims at them, and I guess the defensive stance scares them off, so they go running around the corner again. They turned around, made a U-turn, and got out of sight. So I went inside and I got this, because I remembered then I hadn't seen my cat that day. And if my cat got eaten by a dog, chances are, I mean, I love the cat, but chances are it's not too big of a loss. And so, just wanted to go check on him. So we started walking around my house, and we heard the neighbor out calling for the dogs, because that means they're still outside. And I looked at my dad and I said, "Dad, I think they're behind us." So we turned around, and we have a pretty long fence as our backyard. Our whole property, or our backyard, is probably one whole acre, and so imagine that as the fence. We turned around, and immediately the dogs come running around the corner. I drew this, and I aimed it, because I knew I mean, it's trouble. It's two dogs running at you. And I lined up the sights, and I immediately locked onto the boxer, because that's the dog that I see is doing the most damage. It's the biggest, it's probably the most aggressive. So I aimed at it, and whenever it was probably about within 5 feet of me, because 5 feet is the maximum damage without doing permanent visual damage, I aimed and I pulled the trigger, and I was surprised because I thought I missed him, but he blew his nose like he made the sneeze noise and then turned around and ran, and the Australian Shepherd followed him. So that's the story of the time I had to use this in self-defense. You know, I'm still sometimes a little bit afraid to go outside, especially without a weapon like this. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.